One is born into an incubator of love, hope, and security. This is a utopian paradise, a place we do not wish to leave. It is here that the self and world are united. The womb is the world, and I am at its center. At the moment of birth, one becomes a participant in the game of life. The search for one's talent begins on the grounds parents erect. Their wishes are the guidelines to find one's interests, to sketch an outline of the self. This method of scheduled play is increasing exponentially. It has yet to be proven beneficial. To find one's calling, one learns to take directions. One learns when to start, when to go, when to be aggressive, and when to be patient. Throughout this stage, one learns to coexist with the world. Once equipped, one must perform. Hurdles and obstacles must be overcome to solidify the image of the self. This is a continuous chase for self-determination, for as one obstacle is cleared, another arises. This continuous exertion exhausts the soul. One becomes weighed down by society's expectations, the limitations of what one should and shouldn't be. Psychologist Erich Fromm wrote, "It seems that nothing is more difficult for the average man to bear than the feeling of not being identified with a larger group." In the search for the self, one seeks direction from others. Therapy, tarot, and crystal balls are consulted to find the truth within, the ultimate self. This quest for one's singular qualities is simultaneously a quest for wholeness, fulfillment of the self. One can grow lost in the search for the self, perspective bringing about confusion. The ideal self and current self are compared to societal norms, creating conflict within. Psychologist Albert Bandura believed that most human behavior is learned through modeling. We are surrounded by people talking and acting in different ways, observing these actions as they occur. These observed actions are mentally rehearsed and then physically reproduced. This facet of human nature enters one into a cycle of reproducing observed acts, moving one further from the goal of finding oneself. To connect with the true self, one subconsciously turns to the origin of the self. This action is so deeply entrenched below the conscious, one is unaware of such intentions. This is an endeavor to return to the source, the soul's primordial wish. When the soul and self meet, harmony between the two entities is born. To change one's perspective, trust and self-confidence are required. The encouraging phrases, "to be yourself" and "show your passions" are intimidating. When we have to think for ourselves in this manner, the element of fear arises. It is only when we face these fears that we will ourselves to be courageous enough to meet ourself. For if dogs are doggish and cats are cattish, one must simply try to be selfish.